What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for jumping in to this video / broadcast right now. We are here for our weekly episode of Shoot for the Stars. If you guys are new to the channel or new to this episode, this weekly little shindig that we do, every week we go ahead and discuss more of Rockstar's lore. We walk down Vinewood's Walk of Fame, we pick a name or two off of the stars, and we look up and we find out exactly who they are, as it's pretty interesting to get a little bit more familiarized with one of the best games ever made, Grand Theft Auto 5, and a lot of these titles, or a lot of these names, go back to other titles from Rockstar, so we learn a little bit more about Rockstar as well, so it's pretty interesting. And for those of you that don't know, there's a mystery that's still unsolved within the game. There is a mystery still unsolved, guys, that is true. It's called the Chilean Mystery, or the Rockstar Games Mystery, if you will. And who knows, maybe learning about some of these names could just make that connection to that one person out there that'll help us uncover answers as we all search for the truth. What's going on, guys? Thanks for jumping in. We got Russ Hunt. We got LSCK. What's going on, Lisk? What's going on, Rocky 91? Thank you guys for jumping in. I know I haven't posted for a couple days. I came down with a weird 24-hour bug. It was really odd. I was about to broadcast the other day, and then I just felt like just death, and I just was out. So sorry about that, guys. But nonetheless, here we are in another episode of Shoot for the Stars, and we have Impotent Rage here to go ahead and do this episode for you guys. So here we are, and it kind of is, it's fitting, as I was sitting here looking up the information. I was like, holy crap. Coincidence that I picked Impotent Rage, because the one person that we're going to start off with Ogden Wilderpoon. Well, Ogden Builderspoon, there's not too much information on him from what I can find. Really none at all. But the little information that we do have on Ogden Builderspoon ties directly to Impotent Rage. So, without any further ado, let's get right into it. What's going on, Kairos Power? Thanks for jumping in, buddy. Appreciate it. So, let's find out exactly who Ogden Wilderpoon is. Take it away, Impotent Rage. Look at all that info. You guys are going to be here for a while. Go get some drinks, light your cigarettes, fap it really quick, whatever you guys got to do. You know, get ready. It's going to be a long one. So, Ogden Wilderpoon is a character in the HD universe who is mentioned in Grand Theft Auto 5. In 2013, a Vinewood-based actor and voice actor who voices a character on the Impotent Rage animated television show, and he also is a star on the Vinewood Walk of Fame. That's all I can dig up on this fool. Don't really understand why there's not more information on him, but we do know that he's tied directly to the television show Impotent Rage. And I don't know if he's the guy that actually voices Impotent Rage, or if he's just one of the actors who voices a character. It doesn't say that he voices Impotent Rage himself. He just says a character is voiced. So I don't know exactly what's going on with this guy. Sorry, I wish I had more information. It says that he's alive, he's a male, he's American, he lives in Los Santos, and he is a voice actor. And that's all we know. That's it. No more information. Case closed. So, sorry that we started off with such a dull character to look into. If you don't like it, you can all kiss my ex. Ah, how do you like me now? Anyway, the next one is going to be a really nice one. For those of you that know the game, you know this girl right here. Leonora Johnson. That's right. I think you all know about Leonora Johnson, especially if you try to get 100% in the game, as getting 100% would involve you to directly get involved with understanding who this girl is. So let's go ahead and find out about Leonora Johnson. Take it away, Rage. So, Leonora Johnson was born on August 29th, 1952, in the Midwest. Her father, Harold, was a chicken farmer, and her mother, Ellen, was a slopper at a dairy farm. She suffered lung problems due to heavy smoking during childhood. At school, Leonora was an unremarkable student, but hit puberty at an early age and attracted a lot of attention from other students and the school faculty. At 15 years old, Leonora Johnson dropped out of high school and traveled to Los Santos by hitchhiking to escape from her uncle and dreamt to become either a movie star or a model. After working as a waitress for several months, her natural beauty and childlike naivety? I know that means being naive, but I just can't say it. Whatever. Caught the eye of the entertainment industry and became a common face on the Vinewood party circuits and casting couch circuits. Movie career. By the early 1970s, Leonora Johnson was getting regular work as a model in print ads, television commercials, and minor acting roles on movies. In 1973, she got cast in Richard Majestic Productions' film Rum Runner, in which she played Beryl, a wisecracking disabled prostitute, and stole every scene she was in. However, she was described by the media as a pretty face to watch without perhaps much spark in the eyes. Spark in the eyes. Implying although she was beautiful looking, she probably wasn't very intelligent. It was also rumored that she was considered for the female lead role in The Many Wives of Alfredo Smith. However, she was abducted, tortured, and murdered by Peter Dreyfuss in 1975. For those of you that are frequent viewers of the channel, you guys already know who Peter Dreyfuss is because we did cover him, but also because we know who he is because of her. He's tied directly in the mission, and we're going to get to that as I believe this explains that. So let's get into the murder. This is where the mystery begins, my friends. It says that Peter killed Leonora by mutilating her, cutting off both her hands and feet, and placed them in opposite areas, cutting off several facial features, leaving multiple incisions on her breasts, drawing a star on her back with cigar burns, sliced off a portion of her thigh and wrote ham on it, and performed intercourse on her body. As she begged to be free, Dreyfuss kept on, and she kept screaming. When Dreyfuss said to be quiet, she wouldn't, so he killed her, taking all the evidence and also clearing up the tracks so he wouldn't be caught. On January 17th, 1975, following an anonymous tip-off to the LSPD, her body was found by the side of the Land Act Dam by reporters. Hours before the LSPD showed up, trampling all over the usable forensic evidence, they couldn't find any form of evidence to figure out who killed Johnson, so the case was closed shortly afterwards. After Leonora's death, Peter Dreyfuss taunted her family for years by sending letters, making anonymous phone calls, and sending Leonora's rocket. And I thought this had rocket, and sending her red rocket back inside of her. No, making anonymous phone calls and sending Leonora's rocket and her severed lips on the anniversary of the murder. According to some other rumors/reports, he had also stalked her for years before actually abducting her and raping her, though this was not confirmed by himself. It says that more information about Johnson's murder can be found in the in-game website, whokilledLeonoraJohnson.com. According to the official site of her murder, a pornographic version of her assassination was produced in 1984. The movie was called Les Enormous Johnson, and Leonora was portrayed by Jessica Barlow, a person who claimed to be Leonora's best friend at high school, although Leonora's parents had no idea who she was. The story was also featured in an episode of The Underbelly of Paradise. There is a series of 50 scraps of torn-up letters that Peter had sent it to a friend, David, in 1975, shortly after Leonora's murder, confessing his crime and justifying his actions artistically. After finding all the letter scraps, the player will see the entire letter, and then the Strangers and Freaks mission, A Starlet in Vinewood, will be unlocked for Franklin, in which vigilante justice against Dreyfus is optional. That really plays into a lot of people with their theories about karma. Should we kill him? Should we not? It's one of those situations where you can kill Dreyfus, or you can let him live. It's completely up to you. Some trivia for you guys. Leonora Johnson's murder shares similarities to the Black Delilah murder. And also, you know, it's pretty interesting with that. L.A. Noire, if you guys missed it, we just did a playthrough on the channel. We just beat the game recently. And I'll be doing maybe one more episode just to get that last percentage of stuff of collectibles for the 100%. But just recently we beat L.A. Noire, and the Black Delilah murder was inside of that game as one of the cases to go ahead and investigate. So, it seems like this is a focal point for Rockstar, this Black Delilah murder. Some details of Leonora Johnson's murder are perhaps a reference to the death/murder of Kay Amon, the former wife of Ugandan ex-president Idi Amin. Some of the injuries Leonora sustained are similar, specifically her arms and legs being cut off and put in opposite places, as this is what happened to Kay Amon. In my opinion, I thought that was a little kind of like the Manson murder, right? Because it says ham, and didn't he write pig? Didn't they write pig on the door or something? And he writes ham, right? So I thought that was kind of a connection to the Manson, but I guess not. And that is what we have on Leonora Johnson. Let's see if this website takes us to that website. So yeah, these are actual in-game screenshots. You can actually find out. I think this is kind of how the letter scraps like begin. I think you actually like look up and you find this online. I think you hear it on the radio. Go to whokilledLeonoraJohnson.com, something like that, and then you go online and you see this. It's pretty interesting the way that they made this, and if you guys have done the 100%, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, because you've attempted to do this and you've done it or not. But it's really twisted when you actually play the mission. Really sick shit. Really, really sick shit. So that is our information on Leonora Johnson and Ogden Wilderpoon. So I think it's kind of interesting that there's a murder mystery in the game tied to the letter scraps. And then when you have the update with the current, or, well, next gen update, right? Which is now our current gen. But when the next gen update came out, we were given a real murder mystery to follow. And we knew to follow that. And we knew to go ahead and progress by finding these little scratches in the walls. And they all say something interesting. And this is just one example. It just happens that we're right next to one. Oh, I guess I can't do it with Impotent Rage. He doesn't have a camera. But as you can see, there's these scratches inside the walls. So it's like Rockstar really gets involved with their murder mysteries, right? Like I said, the connection with L.A. Noire. That's by Rockstar Games. And then the 50 letter scraps from the Leonora Johnson murder. You also have the Jock Cranley murder case up on Mount Gordo with the ghost, and the Sonora Beacon newspaper talking about it. And then you have, like I said, with the update with the next gen came the murder mystery, which ended up giving us filters as a reward at the end that are tied directly to L.A. Noire once again. So it's almost like these mysteries of murder go full circle and tie into Rockstar's lore and previous titles all in one. Something to think about. Something to think about, guys. Maybe there's more than meets the eye when it comes to these mysteries. Maybe because they are mysteries, maybe they should be looked at as a parallel to the unsolved one that we are working on currently. Maybe there's something we missed. So get your detective hats, your tinfoil hats, and your impotent rage outfit on as we all continue our search for the truth. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. What's going on, DJ Dozer? What's up, iView Vision? What's up, Mac Highlights? How you guys all doing today? Saizen Setsu, what's up, buddy? Rocky91, how you doing, man? Hope you're feeling better. All you guys jumping in the chat. It's really nice to see you guys. Thank you all for jumping in. It's an honor and a pleasure, as always. No, DJ, I don't believe they are in last gen. Those scratches, they came with that murder mystery update for next gen, with the filters and all that. Yeah, I don't believe that they're in last gen. And you know what else is interesting? I mentioned all the connections with these scratches. The cool thing is how do we know that we are, that we found the clue? Like, how does the game tell us that that clue is registered as being found when we find it? Well, we hear the noise of a film reel kind of go off in the corner. You see, like, the image of it, and you hear it. And that's another thing that Leonora does. It's a game all about sound. And every time you find a clue, sound is utilized as showing you where that clue is, and that there's even a clue available in the area. So, in more ways than one, did they really go in and out with the interweaving of connections to L.A. Noire, to the mystery, to the murder mystery, back to L.A. Noire, to real-life murder cases, with sound gearing us and guiding us on our way. I think all of those pieces of information are very important. They're intricate, and they're important information to consider while trying to solve the Chilean mystery. But in any sense, we learn a little bit more about Rockstar's lore. Even if we did the 50 letter scraps, there was a little bit more information about Leonora that we just learned that is actually interesting, stuff that I didn't really realize. So it's cool to see a little bit more of a backstory. And who knows, maybe that Ogden Wilderpoon is Rage himself in all his impotency. Not sure. Anyway, guys, thanks for jumping in. Kairos, I'm not sure if I'm going to do an LA Noire stream. I only have a little bit left. The game is beaten, completely beaten. I'm just getting the last few collectibles. And I had to say something, man. The collectibles in that game are very interesting. Like the one suit I had to get, with the remastered version came a couple extra collectibles, like 8 novels to find. 8 novels, 8 is just infinity stood up. But when you collect them, you get this hard-boiled, like, egg suit. It's called, like, the hard-boiled egg, or hard-boiled, or something like that. And it's just ridiculous, like, the clues that are just, kind of, like, underlining the different things in that game. It's really ridiculous. Sometime soon, I'm not sure when, I'll go ahead and stream the rest of L.A. Noire just to pick up the last few things we need. And then we're done with L.A. Noire. We'll have our 100%. And then that'll open up another spot for a new game playthrough. So we can go ahead and knock down another Rockstar title throughout the week. We already got a certain day for Bully. We have a certain day for GTA5, GTA4. L.A. Noire opens up another spot now, so we'll be getting to that soon. I think that's everything, guys. So thank you all for joining up. Stay tuned for another episode of Shoot for the Stars next week, every Saturday. This one was a late one, so it's technically Sunday, but normally they're Saturday evening, Saturday night, Eastern Standard Time-ish, like maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there. I'll try to get more of a set time, so you guys don't have to wonder when Shoot for the Stars will be. We'll nail a set time for every week, so it's easier. So, that information will come. I got a lot of information coming your way. My channel is going through a lot of changes, and you guys will see what I mean soon. Over the next couple of days, I'll be completely revamping the whole channel in a certain way. You'll know what I'm talking about. So stay tuned. It's going to be exciting. You'll love it. And when that happens, I'll have a lot more organization and information for you guys. So you guys can definitely tune in for sure for certain days, certain times. And everything will be a lot clean cut and better off. So thank you for all your support. Thanks for jumping in. It's awesome having you guys around. And I'll see you guys soon. So take it easy, ta-ta, and as motherfucking always, peace!